Alright guys, so this is example game 2. Again, bear with me, I'm under the weather, so trying to get this all together for you. Good opening hand. I do have Coiling Oracle for turn 2. Thanks to Evolving Wilds, I can fetch out a forest out of that, so that's going to be pretty good. My opponent, it appears, is playing some kind of either red deck wins, red deck aggro, any of the above. Shouldn't be terrible. It's a great place to have Serrated Arrows. Also an even better place to have Blastoderm and the Centaur and the Shroud creatures. But you see here, let's kind of fast through this. Force on turn 1, again, making sure we can get Oracle on turn 2. My opponent gets down Mountain and plays a Blazing Torch, which he equips right away, and again, looking at burn here. The Goblin taps to burn 1, and the Torch sacrifices for 2. So, draw another land, but we're going to play the island, we're going to get the Oracle down and see what we come into. We do hit a third Evolving Wilds, which is great. Going to continue to thin land off our deck. We make sure that we get the second green. That will ensure us that we can play Blastoderm on turn 4 if we want to. If you got an island, you would definitely be making a mistake, because you would be missing out on that opportunity. You want to be able to hit this on turn 4. But you'll see here in a minute, I actually choose a different route with turn 4 and play Serrated Arrows. I think this was... why isn't this fast forwarding? I think the Serrated Arrows is really a better choice because... oh, this is going to lag up on me real bad, I can tell. Serrated Arrows is a better choice because it does allow for... yeah, there we go. The killing of these little tap and burn creatures. You see what happens there is he decided to tap and burn me for 1, and in response to my Serrated Arrows killing that, he used the Torch to actually kill off the Coiling Oracle. You would have thought it would be backwards, but he did decide to burn me for 1 first. So it's just, that was a mistake on his part. He should have used the Fire Slinger to kill the creature and then done the 2 to me with the Torch. You see again, the Serrated Arrow is proving to be worthwhile because we get the Goblin Arsonist, and I'm going to be able to kill that off on this turn as well. And now I have the mana still open to put Blastoderm into play. You have a lot of options in this hand. You could have done Wayfinder to fetch out a land and cycled the Thicket, but I think getting this Blastoderm in play as soon as possible is a great way to do that. Again, even land choices, Growth Chamber versus Evolving Wilds. Either way, Wilds thins your deck. Growth Chamber is, Growth Chamber, you're going to have to kind of set yourself back a land anyways, so, it's really a win-lose on that. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to start off, I do decide to cycle the land just to see what I come into. I will swing with the Blastoderm for 5, and this is one of the best opportunities you get when this creature swings through unblocked. I assume we get the second Growth Chamber down and bounce that land back. No, I had some options here. I could have played the second Serrated Arrows. I wanted to kind of keep that secret. I could have played the Wayfinder. I did instead decide to leave mana open. If I played the Wayfinder, I would not have been able to play Mana Leak, and I did decide to leave mana open for Mana Leak. And I really wanted that opportunity to use it against some kind of creature. But if you see there, my opponent decided to flashback the Geist Flame, which he used on me earlier, and then he was going to use Shock on me. And at that point in time, I saw he was going down to 1 card in hand. I was assuming that it was not going to be a creature because he is definitely heavier on the burn spells. So I did decide to Mana Leak the Shock there in kind of the assumption that there would not be another creature coming down to block the Blastoderm. And you see here, maybe I was wrong. I still am of the opinion that he drew into this, and it's not really important because I do have still 1 counter left on the Serrated Arrows. So that Fire Slinger is just dead, before it hit the field. So now we get Blastoderm number 2 into play. Again, opportunity to play the Wayfinder. I decided to kind of bluff out another counterspell, and use the Evolving Wilds to thin out lands instead. So we swing Blastoderm, again, swinging 3, he's at 10. Next turn, if he does not get a creature here, it's game over. And if it's a 1/1 creature, arrows are coming down. So he plays a land, and then you see here, he does concede. he didn't have a lot of options. He needed a creature there, and he still would have only been able to block one of these, and would have needed a creature on the following turn to keep chump blocking it until the 2 Blastoderms were dead.